Today we get to talk with Linda Thomas, and she's a certified image professional and a member of the Association of Image Consultants International. That is a mouthful.
Yes, it is.
So she has come up with this great workbook. We're talking about working with the 4 generations, and she presents this and talks about it and works with different people on how to get along and how to relate in business. I love this. I looked at some what to wear to work, how to put the business back into casual dress codes. Amen, Linda, I believe that, because some people have taken business casual way too far. So we're going to come right back. We're going to be talking today with Linda Thomas on Daily Talk. Welcome, Linda. I'm so glad you're here.
Oh, I'm glad to be here.
This is something really new for us.
Yeah, this is something very new, and I wish I would have. Don't you wish we would have known about this before today?
Absolutely.
Because it's very helpful, and I'm excited that you're going to be telling our audience all about your program and about the 4 generations, which is really key to this.
Right.
Tell us about that. How did you get into the 4 generations as an image consultant?
Okay. Well, I've been working since 1999 with corporations and professional associations across the United States, and I found in the very beginning I was helping people understand how to dress correctly for their industry. And then business casual showed up, and I had to help them understand what it was and how to do it well. And after a few years, then it was like, oh, help us recover. This isn't working too well. So then I was very busy helping people understand that it's not enough just to be comfortable. You still have to be professional. You still have to communicate. So once I worked with people in organizations and companies, and I got their image to be great, and they started really understanding professional dress and being comfortable at the same time, then I help them with body language, and then I help them understand manners. Because usually if somebody called me about bad dressing, they had bad behavior that matched it. And so I would get all those things fixed, and I thought, wow, I've got these people. I've finally taken them from being a diamond in the rough to a polished professional, and I thought they were brilliant, except the thing that didn't work out well is I noticed they all had attitudes about other generations in the workplace, and they felt very justified about why they shouldn't like those people. And it was always those people, you know. So it would be somebody they didn't get along with. The older people thought the younger people were clueless, and the younger people thought the older people were dated. So what I found was, me being a baby boomer myself, I had been giving this presentation that worked out great with every audience I had, and I was hired by a company, and the lady who was the meeting planner was a baby boomer, and she goes, I want your best stuff, and we want to, all these goals she wanted to accomplish. And so I put together a program that always was super, and I delivered it, and I bombed.
Really?
Yeah, they did not like me. They didn't laugh at my jokes, which I'm not used to. It was cold. And I had found out that every single person in that audience was under 30 years old.
Oh,
and so they saw me as dated. It was the first time I ever felt old. So I thought, well, maybe that industry, I'm just not in the right niche. And so I noticed if I got very close to that demographic again, it didn't work well. And that stayed with me. So 2 years after that event happened, I started researching the 4 generations in the workplace. There's actually 5 generations, but I only talked about 4.
Now how did you come up with, let's go back.
Okay.
How did you come up and say, okay, this didn't work, I bombed out, the baby boomers, blah, blah. How did you say, okay, there are 4 generations? I mean, what made you even think of that?
Well, I'm a member of ISPI, the International Society of Performance Improvement, and I went to their annual convention, and one of their concurrent sessions happened to be on 4 generations, and I thought, well, I don't know what that is. I'm going to go check that out. And there were probably 300 people in the room, and this professor from Ithaca, New York, was talking about the 4 generations, and people in that audience were laughing till they were crying, and they were falling out of their seats. And she goes, y'all are baby boomers. That's why you think this is so funny.
Oh, yeah.
Because she was, when she talked about Gen Y, we just couldn't believe they felt entitled. They thought, you know, they would call up the CEO after 2 weeks and say, I want to go to lunch. I've been here 2 weeks. I want to tell you what I think of this company.
I'm ready for the next promotion. Yeah, right,
yeah,
exactly.
It was stunning. And we, you know, here's a generation like you and I, our parents told us where to go on vacation. I just remember my mom would pack my suitcase and
Yeah.
off we'd go. And now here's Gen Y, and they're used to planning this trip to
Oh.
Disneyland, and their parents
Oh.
go get a loan so they can stay
Oh, yeah.
for a week.
Or you had